Hello, my champions, my brothers and my sister, and wherever you are out there today, I hope you're having a great day. And today, what I want to talk about is how do you manage your thoughts in a busy world like we have nowadays, where there's information everywhere, where there's a lot of trials, there's a lot of tribulations. What I want to teach you is how to manage your thoughts, in essence, so that you can master your mindset, because when you master your mindset, you master your life. So that's what I want to share with you today. And I want to share with you a story. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was an artist who loved art, and he went to the king one day and he said, "King, if you give me a blank wall in your palace, I will paint you a beautiful picture, a beautiful masterpiece." And there was a second artist there who heard it, and he said, "King, if you give me that same opportunity, I will paint a beautiful masterpiece for you as well." And so the first artist that asked for the blank wall said, "King, if you give us both this opportunity, I will paint an exact replica of what the other artist will paint, to the T, exactly." And he said, "Can I request that a curtain be put up in the middle of us, and that guards stand on either side of the curtain so that I can't see what the other artist is painting?" And so the day came, and the two artists came to the palace, and there was a curtain wall like the artist requested, and there was two guards on either side of the curtain wall. And so they started painting. And then the king said to the first artist, he said, "Have you finished your painting?" And the artist replied, "Yes, king, my painting is already done." And when he had a look, he saw a beautiful masterpiece. Now, the king then went to the second artist, the one who said, "I will paint an exact replica of what the other artist is painting." The king went to him and said, "Have you finished your painting?" And the artist said, "I am already done as well, king." And so I forgot to mention, when the king saw the first artist painting, he gave him a massive reward. And so when he went to the second artist, the artist unveiled his painting, and lo and behold, the painting was an exact replica of what the first artist painted. Everything was the same to the T. And so the king doubled his reward and gave him a hefty reward. And the king was intrigued. And he asked the artist, "How were you able to paint an exact replica of the other artist's painting? What is your secret?" And the artist revealed to the king, he said, "King, it's rather easy. I polished the marble wall. I cleaned it until it was sparkling, until it reflected like that of a mirror. And then, because I cleaned it and it sparkled so much like a mirror, I was able to see the other side of the wall where the other artist was painting." He said, "That's how I did it. I had to clean the marble wall so well that it became a mirror, and I was able to see the other end of the room." So, why do I tell you this? And especially about a marble wall and a painting. So many times people come up to me and say, Chris, I don't have this talent. I don't have this confidence. I don't have this motivation. I don't have a gift. Now, all of this is qualities within us. All of this. However, the challenge for us is to clean our mind. The challenge for us is to clean the walls of our mind, just like that artist cleaned the marble wall so diligently. We need to clean the walls of our mind, because when we clean the walls of our mind, that confidence, that motivation, that gift, that talent we possessed, what is deep within us will eventually come out in our mind. And what will come out in our mind is a thought. And what we do when we have a thought, we act on that thought. So when that comes out in our mind, that confidence, that motivation, that talent, that persistence, that will be reflected in our actions. However, the thing that prevents us to reflect this beauty in our actions is the negative chatter. And so we must learn to ignore, to never pay attention to the negative chatter in our mind. Because when you focus on negative chatter in our mind, when you focus on something, it will only grow stronger. Think of a baby. Think of a baby that's crying over something very small. And if you pay attention to the baby, it will cry more and more. However, if you ignore the baby, eventually the crying will stop. And that's what you got to do with the negative chatter in your mind. You've got to ignore it. Now, how do you ignore negative chatter in your mind? You have to immerse yourself. You have to immerse your mind in positivity. Got to immerse it. You got to absorb your mind in positivity. You've got to read positive books. You got to watch positive documentaries, anything positive. And you've got to hear positive stuff. Not only positive stuff from other people. The self-talk you tell yourself has to be positive. And most importantly, you need to surround yourself with positive people, like-minded people. Why do we need to immerse our mind in positivity? Because I will tell you a mindset fact. Our minds are conditioned to go negative. You may be surprised, but you'll probably think, oh, wait a sec, that isn't right. Our mind's meant to go positive. No. You see, our mind is conditioned to automatically go negative first. It doesn't go positive automatically. That's something we got to train in our mind to become automatic by nature. Our mind automatically goes negative. And so what you do when you immerse your mind in positivity, and here's another mindset fact, when you immerse your mind in positivity for, let's say, 30 days straight, what you will form is a new neural pathway in your mind. You will form a new neural network where, because you've immersed your mind in positivity for 30 days, you have conditioned a new way of thinking, a new way of being in your mind. And so what happens is that neural pathway that you've configured, think of a highway. Think of a lane on a highway. Your brain, because you've immersed it in positivity, you've trained it to be positive, because there's a new neural pathway in your mind that's positive 101, it will automatically go down that positive neural pathway instead of automatically going negative. And as a result, your mind will go positive by nature. And that is how you immerse your mind in positivity. Because, to be honest, it's simple. I'm not going to say any neuroscience or any fancy terms. That is how you train your mind to go positive. And That's a simple fact. Consistency is what will create that. You've got to be consistent. You can't do it one night and then expect it to become positive by nature automatically. You gotta be consistent. Mindset is a mental training. You've got to train your mind and you've got to be consistent. Why? Because whenever people say, oh, I want to silence the mind, I want to remove negative thoughts and only have positive thoughts, let me be honest with you. That is impossible. Your mind thinks thoughts automatically. Your mind is a thought creating machine. You can't stop it thinking thoughts. It thinks thoughts by nature. That is the nature of the mind. It can't stop. Imagine if I said to you, don't think of a monkey for 10 seconds. Empty your mind. Think of nothing. Let me guess. I bet you any money what you're seeing is monkeys. Because your mind doesn't know how to stop thinking thoughts. It thinks thoughts automatic by nature. So, you immerse your mind in positivity. That's one tip. Another way to manage your thoughts so your thoughts serve you is you've got to challenge your thoughts. And what I mean by this is this. Our mind thinks thoughts automatically. And remember what I said, our mind is programmed to go negative automatically. So always the mind is assuming, oh, there's danger everywhere. Don't do that, don't do that. It wants to keep us safe. So it assumes every thought is dangerous. So what you need to do, whenever a thought comes in, you need to challenge it. You need to become aware of that thought. Too many of us, when a thought comes in, we don't challenge it. And that's another thing. When you learn to challenge your thoughts consistently, over 30 days straight, you're training your mind not to accept thoughts automatically. So what happens is you train your mind. A thought comes in, and now you've trained your mind to challenge that thought. And so you challenge that thought. If that thought says, oh no, you can't do it, you're not a speaker, you challenge that thought and you say, yes, I am a speaker. I've been through a lot in life. People get inspired by what I have to say. I don't care what you think. I am a speaker and I'm proud of it. So you can go away. So that's what you do. You challenge the thought. You counteract the thought. If the thought is a negative thought, you counteract with positive. You say, no, I am great. I love myself. I don't care what you say. You counteract negative with positive thoughts. And when you counteract that thought, when you challenge that thought, you also ask that thought, or you ask yourself, is this thought leading me to what I want? Or is this thought leading me to what I don't want? And you also ask, is this thought serving me for my purpose? Or is this thought only leading me to pain and tribulations? So you really challenge your thought. And when you challenge our thought and you realize it's a negative thought, you can then discard it. You can chuck it in the bin and you can say, thought, go away. I'm done with you. I am done with you. That way, that thought will go in the bin and it won't be in your head anymore. And that is how you manage your thoughts. I remember a great line from Wayne Dwyer. Every precursor to an action is a thought. Everything begins and ends with a thought. Your thought creates your focus. Your focus creates actions. So if you can learn to manage your thoughts, you can learn to manage your life. When you learn to change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's Wayne Dwyer again. When you master your mind, you master your life. So, in summary, how do you manage your thoughts? You immerse your mind in positivity. No questions asked. You read, you watch, you hear, and you surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. And you do this for 30 days straight. Neural pathways are built on habits, consistent action. So that's the first thing. And you challenge your thoughts. You ask questions of your thoughts. You be aware of your thoughts, and you work out if this thought is serving you or if it's not serving you. And if it's not serving you, you chuck it in the bin or in the river and you watch it float away. And that is how you manage your thoughts, because your thoughts create energy in your body. And if it's a negative thought, it will weaken your body, because thoughts create energy. So there you have it. That is how you manage your thoughts. So you manage your life by managing your mindset. Thank you so much. And I hope you find this helpful in managing your life.